Hey there, and welcome back. Today's episode might hit home if you've ever found yourself wide awake at 3 a.m., night after night, then dragging through the day feeling bloated, sluggish, or let's be honest, totally backed up. If that's you, you are not alone. And no, it's not just stress. And no, melatonin is not the solution. We're going to talk about how constipation and sleep issues, especially those weird wake ups in the middle of the night, are more connected than people realize. And the missing link might be something that's actually within your control, what you're eating. Today is an exciting episode because it's especially for you if you feel like you've tried the fiber powders, the sleep teas, the supplements, but your body still won't reset. I'm going to walk you through what's happening behind the scenes, especially in your liver and digestive tract, and how real food can help you break the cycle. So let's get into it. Now, we talked about this a couple weeks ago in the podcast, the liver and the liver gut axis. So, according to traditional Chinese medicine, that window, that 2 to 3 in the morning window, is when your liver is the most active during the night, processing hormones, breaking down toxins, and doing cleanup work your body can't get to during the day. And while that might sound woo, the science actually lines up with it. Your liver operates on a circadian rhythm, meaning it does some of its most important work while you sleep, especially when your cortisol is low and your nervous system is finally in a calm, parasympathetic state, which is your rest and digest mode. You might recognize that term. But here's where it gets tricky. If you're constipated, your body's detox process doesn't fully complete. When your bowels aren't moving regularly, waste products like estrogen, histamines, and bile acids don't get cleared out the way they should, and instead they sit in the colon too long and start to get reabsorbed into the bloodstream. So now your liver, which already filtered out that junk once, has to turn around and deal with it again. It's like cleaning your house only to have someone come up behind you and dump all the trash back on the floor. That creates extra work for your liver at exactly the time it's supposed to be catching up, and that can affect more than just digestion. When your liver is overloaded, it sends stress signals throughout the body, and that means your nervous system may never fully flip into the rest and repair mode. Even if you fall asleep, your body stays on edge, like it's bracing for something. You might not even realize it, but your heart rate stays slightly elevated, your stress hormones stay on, and your blood sugar might dip or spike in response. And boom, you're up at 2:17 a.m., wired, anxious, thinking, and wondering why your brain won't shut off. And this is a triangle I want you to start noticing: constipation, liver burden, and nervous system dysregulation. They feed into each other. And the longer you're stuck in the cycle, the harder it is to sleep deeply, wake up feeling rested, or even digest properly the next day. So, yes, constipation relief is more than just comfort. It's about helping your body complete the detox cycle at the right time, reducing the inflammatory leap that keeps your brain on high alert, and giving your liver the break it needs so that everything downstream, your hormones, your energy, your sleep, can start working better. Now that we've set that foundation of how constipation, sleep, and liver overload are connected, let's dig into what might be quietly making it worse, especially when it comes to how you eat. So, a lot of people come to me saying, I eat healthy, I eat clean, I'm doing all the right things, but I'm still bloated, I'm still constipated, and I'm still waking up in the middle of the night. And that's when I dig deeper and start looking for patterns that are technically healthy but are totally out of sync with how the gut and liver actually work together. So, first up, fiber overload without motility support. This one's sneaky, and we just had a client in our practice that had this going on. You might be loading up on high fiber foods because you're constipated: chia puddings, nuts, seeds, raw veggies, maybe even a fiber bar. here or there, but your gut's motility is already sluggish. And so adding more bulk without addressing movement is like throwing more laundry into a broken washing machine. It's just going to pile up. And that's why some people feel more constipated and bloated after increasing fiber. If your gut isn't able to contract and move things along, the fiber becomes more of a clog than a cleanse. So we recently just had a client in our practice that she was eating over 40 grams of fiber a day, severely constipated, and her constipation did improve when we had her drop it down to about 25 grams a day. So we do see this often. The second thing is underfueling, especially at dinner. This one's huge. I see a lot of people skimping on calories or skipping dinner or eating a super light dinner, like a salad at night for dinner, either because they're trying to, quote, give their gut a break, which you heard me rant about on the last detox episode we did a couple weeks ago, or maybe they're just trying to avoid carbs late in the evening. But your liver actually needs glucose, especially at night, to fuel its detox pathways efficiently. And if you don't give it enough fuel, your blood sugar can drop in the middle of the night, which triggers a cortisol spike to bring it back up. And that cortisol spike is one of the top reasons people jolt awake between 1 and 3 a.m. Heart racing and mind spinning. Third, stress snacking late at night. So this is the opposite of what we just talked about, which is eating too light at night. So stress snacking late at night, this one doesn't get enough attention. A lot of people eat most of their calories after 6 p.m., either because they're skipping meals during the day, not eating enough during their busy day, or just craving comfort after a long, stressful day. But loading your digestive system up with sugar, fat, or alcohol when it's supposed to be winding down can put your liver into overdrive. It's like handing your liver a big stack of paperwork just as it's clocking out for the night. Late night eating also keeps your nervous system in a state of alertness, especially if the foods are processed or inflammatory. And that tension delays the shift into that restorative deep sleep, and it slows down motility too. The fourth thing is meals that are out of rhythm, either too infrequent or too scattered. So sometimes the problem is not what you're eating, it's how and when you're eating it. If you're grazing all day on small snacks, skipping real meals, or eating in a rushed, distracted state, your digestive system never gets the structure it needs, and that interrupts your migrating motor complex, which is the system that clears out your gut between meals. And this makes it harder for your brain and your gut to stay in sync. On the flip side, some people are trying so hard to eat clean that their meals end up being cold, low fat, or overly raw, like a plain salad with grilled chicken and no carbs and no healthy fats. That might look healthy on paper, but it can leave your liver and digestion underfueled. Your bile doesn't flow well, your gut slows down, and you end up constipated, even though it seems like you're eating healthy or doing the right things. The solution is not to obsess over every bite. It's to create rhythmic, well-rounded meals that include fiber, protein, and healthy fats with foods that are actually satisfying and digestible. When your meals are too sparse or too random, your gut and liver don't get what they need to function smoothly, and your body thrives on consistency, nourishment, and flow, not perfection. And finally, ignoring magnesium or mineral needs. A lot of people forget that the entire process of digestion, including smooth muscle contraction, bile release, and nervous system calming, requires minerals. Magnesium, in particular, is essential for bowel movements and sleep, but it's easily depleted by stress, alcohol, caffeine, and even sweating. So if your diet is low in magnesium-rich foods, those are things like leafy greens, cooked squash, pumpkin seeds, or dark chocolate, and you're living in a constant state of push, you're likely under-mineralized and overstimulated. Not a great combo for sleep or digestion. So if you're feeling stuck, don't just look at what you're eating, look at how, when, and why you're eating it. Late night chaos, underfueling, random snacking, and stress eating might not seem like a big deal, but they all send the wrong signals to your gut, your liver, and your brain. But the good news is you don't have to do a total diet overhaul. Just a few shifts in rhythm and food strategy can start to reset your body's natural detox flow and help you feel more grounded, regular, and rested. Now, let's talk about how to eat to poop better and to sleep better. Let's talk about what actually helps because by this point, you've probably realized this isn't just about adding more fiber or taking another probiotic. If your goal is to sleep through the night and actually wake up feeling lighter, clearer, and less bloated, the real magic is in how you structure your meals, especially in the second half of the day. What your body needs is rhythm, and more specifically, it needs meals that help you do three things. They all start with an R. So, relax, release, and replenish. So, we need to first relax your nervous system. We need to release waste and toxins, and we need to replenish the nutrients that keep the detox train running. So, relax, release, replenish. And here's how that looks in real life. Relax. That means supporting your nervous system with calming minerals and steady blood sugar. And this is the foundation. If your nervous system is in go, go, go mode, your gut motility slows down and your liver detox pathways get clogged. So, the first thing we want to do is help your body wind down, especially at dinner. This doesn't mean eating a boring, bland meal. It means including foods rich in magnesium, potassium, and B vitamins. And those are the nutrients that help relax muscles, stabilize cortisol, and signal to your body that it's safe to rest. And also, before you eat these foods, take a couple minutes and take some slow, deep breaths to shift your body into that rest and digest mode. So, what are some foods you can eat to give you that magnesium, potassium, and B vitamins? A few examples: roasted squash with tahini and a sprinkle of pumpkin seeds, sauteed spinach or chard with garlic and olive oil, a half cup of quinoa or sweet potato with dinner to stabilize blood sugar, even a pinch of sea salt in your evening water to support mineral balance. These foods don't just nourish your body, they give it the raw materials it needs to transition into deep sleep mode and stimulate gentle motility at the same time. Now, let's talk about the second one, release. And this is where you help your body move things through gently. This is where we bring in mechanical support for motility. And that specifically means soluble fiber and easy to digest starches that help trigger the wave like contractions your gut needs to clear things out by morning. Soluble fiber softens the stool, helps regulate transit time, and supports more complete elimination. When you're constipated, this gentle action is key, not more bulk, not more stimulant laxatives. So try these options: stewed apples or pears, cooked root vegetables like carrots, beets, or parsnips, chia pudding made with almond milk and cinnamon, or warm oatmeal with flax and blueberries. These foods help hydrate the stool and stimulate movement through the colon without causing bloating or irritation. And when your bowels move well, your liver finally gets the quote break it needs. Although we are not giving it a break because it's always working, but it's not going to have to recycle everything and filter everything twice. Number three is replenish. So this is where we feed your gut and liver the nutrients that restore balance. So here we shift from moving things out to putting the right things in. And this is where we support the gut lining, beneficial bacteria, and liver function with targeted functional foods. Prebiotic fibers help build microbial diversity and resilience, and this is key for motility and immune health. So, prebiotic fibers are part of this to help the microbiome do what it does. And then the antioxidants are the other component. Those help to reduce inflammation, support the gut barrier, and help the liver neutralize toxins. And then remember, the healthy fats, they provide fuel that your liver needs, but they also help your liver to release bile and process fat soluble nutrients. So, a few of my favorites to get these components are cooked onions, leeks, or asparagus if you tolerate them, green banana or green banana flour, which can be used to make delicious muffins or pancakes, berries, herbs, and cruciferous vegetables for those antioxidants and anti-inflammatory nutrients, and olive oil, avocado, pumpkin seeds, or small amounts of ghee. Those are going to be your healthy fats. And this is also where bitters can come in. Remember, arugula, dandelion greens, or lemon in water before meals. They don't move your bowels directly, but they gently stimulate bile flow and support the liver's ability to release waste into the gut. And bitters also enhance nutrient absorption, making this a replenishing, not depleting process. And the best part is you don't need to do all of this at every meal. Just shift your focus toward making dinner and your evening snack work with your body instead of against it. Instead of late night chips or sugary drinks, try something that nourishes you and supports overnight rhythm. So have a stewed apple with almond butter and cinnamon. That sounds filling and delicious if you're snacky at night. Have a small bowl of warm oats with chia, hemp seeds, and a drizzle of maple syrup. Doesn't that sound calming and just lovely to have in the evening? Or a banana with tahini and a sprinkle of sesame seeds. So that's a little cooler, but still gives you that perfect balance and those targeted nutrients. So these are combinations that offer the gentle fiber, the calming nutrients, and steady energy, all of which help your nervous system relax, your liver do its job, and your gut get back on track. So instead of thinking about just food as a problem, try to use food strategically as a tool. Sometimes it's just rhythmically aligning with how your body is designed to function, eating in sync with your circadian rhythm, supporting your liver before bed, and feeding your gut what it needs to rest, move, and rebuild. And you will be amazed at how much better you sleep and how your digestion feels. And this is all without a single supplement. Okay, so this is a lot. I've given you a lot of information, a really exciting kind of framework and foundation because I think this is something a lot of people don't understand. So we have the framework, but let's talk about how to make this really practical and simple. So you might be listening to this thinking, wow, this makes so much sense, but where do I start? So let's build a real food ritual that you can start tonight and that supports your liver, your gut, and your sleep all at the same time. Step one for this, add a grounding evening meal that supports sleep, detox, and motility. If your dinner is usually mostly salad, protein, or light snacks, or if you tend to skip carbs altogether, your body might not be getting what it needs to rest and reset overnight. Your liver actually requires a small amount of glucose to run its detox pathways when you sleep, and your gut needs fiber and minerals to support motility and muscle relaxation. So tonight, try building your dinner around three key pieces. Number one, gentle fibers to support gut movement without causing bloating. And that would be like steamed or sauteed carrots, zucchini or green beans, or even ground flax or chia included, maybe stirred into something warm, maybe something that you eat or that you drink. And then second, nervous system and liver nutrients, things like magnesium, potassium, and antioxidants. So this would be like a roasted sweet potato or sauteed greens, or that spoonful of tahini or handful of pumpkin seeds. Number three, you want slow burning carbs to stabilize blood sugar and prevent that 2 a.m. cortisol spike. And this could be a small bowl of rice, oats, or whole grain toast with nut butter, half of a banana with a little almond butter as a bedtime snack. And this gives you that combo, those three components, which are gentle fibers, nervous system and liver nutrients, and slow burning carbs. They give your body what it needs to stay asleep, support gentle detox, and wake up feeling less bloated and more regular the next day. So step one is to modify your dinner. Step two, try a bedtime snack that calms and clears. This is a game changer for people who wake up between 1 and 3 a.m. The right bedtime snack can stabilize your blood sugar, give your liver what it needs to finish its work, and feed your gut enough fiber to prime your bowels for the morning. So try one of these simple options for calming and clearing bedtime snack. A warm stewed apple with a spoonful of almond butter and a pinch of cinnamon. A banana with tahini and crushed sesame seeds. Chia pudding made with almond milk, maple syrup, and a few berries. Or a small bowl of cooked oats with flax and a drizzle of honey. So you're aiming for a mix of soluble fiber, gentle fat, calming minerals, and a little natural carb. And this combo tells your body you're safe, you're nourished, and it's okay to let go. Step 3, pause on one food that might be overstimulating your system. This is just as important as what you add. Tonight, try pressing pause on one thing that could be keeping your liver stuck in overdrive, and that might be alcohol, cheese or fatty meals, processed snacks or refined sugar, caffeine. Even just skipping that one glass of wine or a handful of chips before bed can make a huge difference in how your liver functions overnight and how deeply you sleep. Now, those are 3 tips, 3 strategies you can get started with right away. But remember, none of this needs to be perfect. You don't have to like prep a Pinterest-worthy dinner or overhaul your entire kitchen. Just focus on 3 small things tonight. All right, let's take a deep breath and pull this all together. If you have been dealing with constipation and waking up in the middle of the night, especially that classic 1 to 3 a.m. window, it's not random. It's your body asking for support. And the good news is you don't need a supplement stack or some trendy cleanse to fix it. We've talked about how your gut, liver, and nervous system are constantly working together, and when one of those systems is out of rhythm, everything else feels off. Constipation does not just affect digestion, it creates a backup that overburdens your liver, spikes your stress response, and disrupts your sleep. And poor sleep slows motility and detox even further. It's a cycle. But the flip side is also true. When you support your body the right way with the right foods in the right rhythm, things start to flow again, literally and figuratively. So you now know how to build meals that help your body relax with calming minerals and steady blood sugar, release waste with soluble fiber and bitters, and replenish with prebiotics, antioxidants, and healthy fats. And if you do nothing else, just try the simple nighttime ritual we talked about. One grounding carb at dinner, one gentle bedtime snack, and pressing pause on one overstimulating food. That alone can start resetting your sleep and your digestion in a powerful way. Now, if you're ready to go deeper and want a clear plan to help your gut and liver work better together, I'd love you to download my liver detox diet plan. It's free. It's a 7-day food-based reset designed to support your body's natural detox pathways without cleanses, powders, or restriction. It's just real food built around the exact strategies we talked about today. Gentle fibers, liver-loving nutrients, and mineral-rich foods that support motility, balance hormones, and improve sleep quality. And when you download the free guide, you'll get a full week of breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks, including the full recipes, a grocery list based on all of those recipes, and a framework you can actually stick with, not just for 7 days, but for long-term support. You can download it now. We're going to put the link in the show notes for you. And for tonight, go try that stewed apple snack and let me know how you feel in the morning. All right, guys, I will see you next time.